We're ready.
Good afternoon. We will start our meeting today. It's, what, 4:02? And will you please say the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I will do the roll call. Helen Houston? Here. Kathy Marshall? Here. Larry?
Here.
Doug? And myself, Pat Duran, are here. What else? Review the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? I entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I so. Second.
Kathy first. Motions and Helen seconds it. Anything else? What else? Any communications from the citizens? None. Nobody has anything to say? Do we adjourn or do we continue it over? You do? Okay.
I have to ask a question.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Splash pads at Booker T. Can you tell me what's on the agenda and how close are we even getting?
Yes,
is it gonna be
so we
open?
have created purchase requisitions, which lead to purchase orders for some of those amenities to be replaced and also for the work to be done. So as you recall, Kathy, you had brought that to our attention and we started working on that, I think at the end of last summer. Staff had actually investigated and found that the lines going to the splash pads really were not to the capacity that they really needed to be. And so we're going to address that and replace some of those lines. And then also some of the amenities were just not working very well. And so we plan to have that ready to go at the start of the summer.
Okay, because I was over at Booker T today and we're gonna have a big picnic out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Movie under stars and stuff. And when do the splash pads actually open for the summer?
There will be a preview weekend, the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. And then Memorial Day weekend is May 26th, Saturday, and that will be the official start of pools and splash pads in Hobbs.
Okay. And do you think that one will be done by that time?
I'd like to think so. However, sometimes those circumstances are beyond our control, but we are certainly aware of that date.
Charlie Brown, I noticed they did a surface top on the basketball court. And is that finished or it's just, excuse me, a top coat?
I'll let Wade speak to that.
And I can speak to that, and your timing is impeccable because staff reported that they painted the lines this week.
Okay.
So the lines were painted this week.
I was over there last Saturday and I was noticing that the top was on it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And are we doing any more work over there? Any more items going to be put in the park or any more equipment in the park?
We have nothing on the agenda to make any more improvements. Right now we're fixing to transition into maintenance and have the park up and going, ready to go.
All right.
Any more questions?
I have one question. I'm not sure if this is the meeting to ask the question in potholes.
Yeah, that's...
No?
No, but if you'll tell me what your concern is, I'll be glad to pass it along.
It's a city meeting.
Okay. There's some serious potholes at Big Lots and the Exxon station.
Right, and I believe both of those are public, or excuse me, private property.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do anything?
No.
How do we get rid of potholes?
You talk to them? The companies.
The companies. How do we find who owns the company? I heard that that person lives out of town.
They should be able to give you a phone number.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll pass your
Can you?
concerns along to Kevin Robinson, our
Please.
planning department. I can
Thank you.
trace down the owners and get that information to you, Ms. Houston.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have them in potholes. It's very irritating carrying on my car.
All over town in the parking lots.
Any other questions?
No. Sorry.
No other questions from the public? All right, so we are not going to adjourn the meeting. We are going to move the meeting out to the core and take a tour. At the end of the tour, much like we did with the last meeting, we will adjourn the meeting at the conclusion of the tour. And I do have a map for everyone that is going to be joining us today. I sent it out via email, but I did bring hard copies of it. I just wanted kind of to go over the parking instructions for today. So when we get out to the core, we're all parked in the correct place.
Can we just follow you?
You can, but just in case we get separated
Yeah.
and I drive too slow or y'all drive too fast, I wanted to make everybody aware of.
I'm going with Kat.
Wanda, would you like a?
Yes, please. You got it right.
All right, so
Yeah, I'll come
we'll
up
run
there.
out the Lexington Highway to Millen. We'll turn left onto Millen. We'll proceed down past, just past the core site onto Synergy Park Boulevard, okay? We're gonna make a left turn into what would normally be a left turn to where we would be, where we're gonna be going into the oncoming traffic lane, all right? That's okay for today. So we'll go down the oncoming traffic lane, the left-hand side as you're looking at your map. We're gonna take a left there onto Scenic Drive and then just kind of park in that highlighted area somewhere on Scenic Drive where it says parking, all right? And then there's another red arrow that shows leading up to the west side of what is the gymnasium. The construction office is now in that big in that big storage room on the west side of the gym. The construction trailers have been gone for that's a month or 6 weeks now. And we've been having our construction meetings in that storage room. So that's where we will assemble to begin the tour at.
Okay.
Okay, everybody good with that?
Yep.
All right. Okay, we will see everybody out at the core that's going to join us, all right?
Where you parked at?
I thought maybe that was balls to play out on the soccer field or something, but
My cat here.
no. One day soon, Dennis.
It is.
There you go.
Well, it just means I have to see what
Oh, you got a little jacket.
special weapon. That's all.
That's straight. It's a jacket, certainly it's not our position. For a ride, just in case they were late leaving City Hall or whatever.
Hello, Houston. Nice to meet you. You guys about ready to leave us?
Getting closer every day.
Long time.
Closer than we've ever been.
Any party and fools yet?
Filling up the last one, right? Well, it's a leisure. We got to top off the leisure, but it's well, full running together.
Oh, my goodness.
How about that?
Who else we waiting on, Doug?
I was gonna give the stragglers just a couple of minutes, just in case we had some that were late leaving City Hall or caught traffic or were sitting at that light or whatever, so we'll give them a few minutes. And there were
We
a couple
have,
people that responded they would be here that don't seem to be here just yet.
Drinks in the fridge, anybody needs a bottle of water or soda pop or Coke?
need a bottle of water for sure.
Whatever else people call soda pop. You call it soda, Joe, or John? Coke, that's what I always call it. Yeah, everything's Coke. Doesn't matter what it is. Take a Coke. I'm gonna talk about When did you guys pull trailer?
Little sponsor
What's that, March 15th?
in the office. High five. Yeah, you blow away, buddy.
Who ordered all the wind?
It was not me. Especially not for a weekend event.
Coming out for one of the Friday afternoon tours or? What did the recruiter say? Where we we're gonna go at 5:35.
All right.
5:34.
I didn't say anyone, so Chris can catch up anyone who was struggling.
They all got the map on where to park and where to go to, but I didn't really think it really was looking at the map myself until late this afternoon, so, you know, you have people not showing up in the right place.
I totally paid attention to that map, I know where to go.
Yeah.
Once he knocked that one thing down.
Yeah.
We close it. Side up.
All right, everyone, welcome for coming out. We're going to go on a tour of the Corps. A couple of my main concerns with this tour are going to be safety. We're going to be walking into an active construction site. We do have people working at this time, so I ask that everybody look out for one another. If you see anything unsafe, let us know. I'll be looking out as well. So we all stay together as a group. One thing that we do have now is we're filling our pools with water, and so we will not be walking poolside. We do not have lifeguards, and it's a liability for Hayden. So we will get great views from the observation deck down onto the pools. So we do have 3 pools here. 2 of them are filled, the wellness pool and the leisure pool, and then the competition pool is being filled as we speak. So that'll be topped off this weekend. And Doug, anything you want to add?
No, if you have any questions about the facility, any questions about the Corps, feel free to ask between Josh and I. Hopefully we can answer all your questions. He's the real expert. He knows everything. And Chris over here, Chris joins us later. But Hayden's done a great job for us, and like I say, I think you'll all be very impressed, especially those of you that haven't been here in like forever. So, yeah, I think you'll all be pleasantly surprised with the progress that has been made. And we are still on track to open June the 2nd. Our ceremony will start at 1 o'clock. The door will open at 2. We'll have a few soft opening events prior to that time. And, you know, everything's looking good for Saturday, June 2nd.
All right.
Lead the way.
All right, we're going to head out here and into the other area.
Y'all go ahead. Bring up the rears.
Looks good.
Is this the final?
This is the final floor in here, and the one thing we're waiting on is for the striping. The striping will it'll make so no one can walk on it for 8 days. So we're kind of putting off that striping till we make sure all the basketball hoops are working, everything overhead is done. So then we can have complete people off the floor.
What is this, for volleyball?
Those are volleyball, yes. Yep. So volleyball and basketball hoops all retract up into the ceilings. The beaches will be movable, and so they'll be moved around according to what games are being played. The 2 courts, basketball courts going this way, are the high school courts. So I imagine the bleachers will be over here when the larger games are being played. So as we walk through the building, everyone will notice blue tape everywhere. This building is in punch. So those are different areas that need to be, right here, a screw's missing. And so we walk through, do quality control on everything, and we'll have all the things come back, fix any items that need to be touched up or cleaned up. So we're going to go here through the admin space before we touch base on the rotunda. We're walking by the welcome desk right here. Right here, we're walking through the main entry. And of course, the main thing you're going to notice when you walk in is the running track up above. The running track goes around in the gym. Right here, it transitions up to the 3rd level in the rotunda. We'll be able to see that a little better when we're on the mezzanine level. found right here.
This is the main entrance right here.
That is the main entrance, correct. Take a quick stop at the Core Kids. So this is the Core Kids area, the area where small children will be able to be watched while parents are doing activities in the core. I believe it's for a 2-hour time period. Feel free to take a look around and let me know if you have any questions.
How old will young will the kids be?
I believe it's 6 months to 6 years in Kid Watch, and then 7 to 12 years in what we're calling Kid Fit, which is going to be more of a PE class type based activity.
Will they be here too?
No, the Kid Fit's going to take place in different portions of the building depending on what activities are scheduled for that particular day. But just the younger group will be here in our Child Watch area.
How many children will this room hold? What's the capacity?
I believe it's 20 children.
20?
Yes.
How many workers you have?
So if you're at 20, if someone wants to drop their child off, they'll have to get on a waiting list or what? Because when you first open, you're gonna have more than 20.
So if we're full, they'll just have to, like you say, well, we're sorry, we can't accept you right now. As soon as one leaves, we'll take one in.
All right, everyone,
Is it
from
gonna
here,
be
we'll
a
continue
sign
down
on the
into the
outside,
admin
a
space.
message board?
There is not.
It would be good, yeah. On the message board, and daycare is full. You went up the park and come in for nothing. I don't know if it makes us.
We'll walk into the banquet room.
That's it.
It looks so much different since the time we came.
The walls are in, huh?
Wow, really wow. That was long, okay.
All right, here we are in the banquet rooms. These rooms are meant to hold about 160 people. There's a partition in here in the center that'll come down to separate the two rooms. There are projectors at each end of the room with screens that come down for different presentations that could be going on at the time. We have recently had our blinds installed in here. There'll be blinds to cover here for sunny days. One of the amenities to this area is the core catering kitchen over in here. We won't walk through there, but we'll be able to look through there once we go out, exit the room.
You have a dance floor.
I was fixing to ask Doug that, that's what.
We are planning on purchasing dance floor, stages, risers, those types of things for use. Not only in this portion of the building, but it can also be used maybe in the gymnasium. Great thing about the core gym is when all of the basketball goals and the volleyball supports are put back up into the ceiling, that becomes one big open space. So you could have a concert in there, you have a dance in there, you have a trade show in there, it could be kind of an exhibit hall type facility. So really a lot of things could go on in that big space. Yeah, I really should check out the kitchen, it's pretty cool.
Where is the kitchen?
Right here. What's that?
Oh, you can go in if you'd like. No, that one's she goes in there, no problem at all.
They're right through.
That's correct.
Are these ovens? Fridges.
There are no ovens in here or fryers.
No.
Those are all food warmers.
Warmers.
So this is all for catering. So if you're to come in with your hot enchiladas, you'll be able to keep them hot. If you came in with ice cream, you'll be able to keep them cold. And that's the idea, is to have large dishes that you can keep hot food hot, cold food cold, and no food preparation.
This is nice.
So if you twist this knob right here, it's going to go larger or smaller?
Smaller.
All right, there you go.
We worked on it, but it didn't go anywhere.
So that's the kind of window.
Okay, that's it. Your freezer.
Yeah, we'll have the fridge and freezer. All right, from here we're going to go across the wall, the hallway here into the admin suite. All right, feel free to walk throughout the offices here. Over on the right-hand side is the large meeting room. On the left-hand side and on the back wall are all different office spaces. And in the center there is a open area workspace that's meant for seasonal workers.
Who's gonna be housed in here? Is this gonna be the staff in here or just?
Doug would know more of who these offices are allotted for.
I'm sorry, why can I try to answer for you?
That's going to be office.
Whose offices are these?
So
Doug?
these offices are for core staff only. Parks and Recreation staff will continue to be officed out of City Hall. So I don't have the exact,
So you won't actually have anyone from Parks and Rec on site here?
no, this will just be core staff. So I know that Catherine's office is right there where Nick is. The rest of these, I'm not sure of the assignments, but they'll be coordinators that Catherine has hired already. And I say all Parks and Recreation staff will continue to office out of City Hall.
Through that way into the turf area. Anybody have any questions?
Yes, little break room over there.
Break room I've ever seen.
And go further to the conference room, yes, there, the national executive conference room.
That's a nice one.
A small counting room. Two spots there for money to be counted.
Quite a few.
Front desk staff, and office staff.
Still looking for specific positions, but we've hired quite a
Whatever.
few.
And then front desk, or welcome desk access right out this door.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, from here we're going to head down this hallway into the turf area. We're going to head out this way.
We got a little bit of
And those are on a
storage
timer, so
going on
once
here.
there hasn't been movement for a while, then the lights will turn off.
Yeah, there's another office. There's 4 offices along this wall and 4 more along this back wall there. So a total of 8 offices out here. In the admin wing, there's some other offices located elsewhere in the building.
So the staff that she added, approximately 80 spots or more?
About that many. 4 guest services coordinators, a health and well-being coordinator, a sports coordinator. Of course, we had Lindsay on board as marketing coordinator already, and then a aquatics coordinator.
All right, so here we are in the turf area. You'll notice the indoor soccer field here, the clear glass dashboard system that goes around the field, along with the netting up above. The netting and the dashboard system are all meant to keep the soccer ball in play during indoor soccer. But not only indoor soccer is taking in place here, I know that Doug and Lindsay and Catherine have a bunch of different activities planned for this area. A couple highlights of this area: there are 2 sets of team locker rooms. There's a ref's office along with 2 restrooms, and then back in the far corner is a large storage space.
So this area will be here for bleachers?
Correct. That's correct. A couple highlights I'll point out is the cow wall system. You see the iridescent wall going along here. All of our large rooms have these. It's designed to let light in during the day and out at night. If anyone's driven by at nighttime, you will notice the building glowing. So it gives a really nice aesthetic. The other thing I'll point out are the Tectum panels, and these are acoustical panels that basically control the echo in this room. As you look around the building, these are all worked into the architecture all around, kind of things that make a big impact and you don't really notice in large buildings.
And they've made a huge impact in here already. Before they went up, when we would give tours, it would just echo a lot, acoustics were, we'd be sitting here and we'd hear the echoes, and it's made a big difference just getting them up in this part of the facility. So the soccer field itself is just about as big as an NHL ice rink. So I believe it's 180 feet long by 80 feet wide, 185 by 80. NHL ice rink is like 210 by 85, so it's really close to being about the size of an NHL ice rink.
And Doug is the only one in the world that knows what the size of the ice rink is for hockey.
Well,
He's a hockey.
Nick probably knew that.
Nope, there will be no ice skating. That would be a huge infrastructure that would need to take place to keep that ice cold in here.
What about just playgrounds?
No, I believe in the gym area, if you wanted to do roller skating, that would be a possibility. But on this field, the turf wouldn't be a good place for roller skating.
So you'd be able to roller skate?
Well,
I'm just asking.
right,
No,
no,
What if
that would be
someone
something we
wanted
need
to
to
rent
look
it
in.
and they brought their children here with their skates?
no, at this point in time, we have no plans for
Okay.
roller skating.
Okay.
Josh.
Thanks for covering me, Doug.
Hey, you're welcome, Josh.
I'm gonna be a yes man. All right, so one area that I really decided to show you guys, we haven't been able to show anyone, are the locker rooms. So before we go into the center of the rotunda, we're gonna go left down here into the locker rooms. Right here is a vending space where vending machines will be. All throughout all these different quarters, there will be furniture for people to sit and relax on. In this area right here, we will not be going outside. That is you can see the wall there going around the outdoor turf area. So this area will be, people can come in and out, but it'll be fenced off, so you won't be able to enter and exit through that area. Please watch your step on the hoses right here. All right, here we are in the changing rooms. 13 individual changing rooms. All have showers, sinks, restrooms. You have locker rooms around here. So one thing we can do is go take a peek into the therapy. I ask you please not go in that room due to the fact that the pool is full. But you can look through the window here and get a great idea of the therapy pool and the finishes in that room.
Now, is this unisex?
Yes, it is.
These doors are glass doors.
Yes, the glass doors will they will not be the clear glass that you see in now. There'll be a white film over it and you will not be able to see through them.
Okay. So when you go into the changing room, you can lock it?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and so, what it affords, Helen, is that, so if your father has a young daughter that's coming out, who does not have to take her to the locker room, take the eye to the women's locker room, they can go into these changing rooms and change in privacy. And you may have caregivers that come out and, are taking care of a patient, post-op patient or whatever, that come out and make use of the changing room. And, others that just need a little more.
Disc change.
This is male or is male?
Since yesterday morning.
Since yesterday, how much is in the pool?
It's hard to judge due to the deep end, but I would say a quarter to almost, probably about a quarter.
Another day, another 2 days?
Yep, and we turn off the water at nighttime. We don't go in at night.
Okay.
So all day yesterday and all day today it was filling.
About 4 days, we expect to fill the pool.
How many security cameras?
I don't know that answer off the top of my head. There's lots of them.
Okay, good. They probably won't tell you where it all, but they're probably not in the dressing room, I bet.
All right, so if you guys want to come around here, we'll talk a little bit about the play structure. So we're looking at 3 towers that are all 38 feet tall. You can see the different pathways that go across. 2 stainless steel slides. We have a small toddler area. And this whole area will be encased by this casework, be enclosed by this casework here. And the entrance will be right over in this area. So kind of a controlled place for kids to play and parents to sit around on the outside. Nope, that's just a padded flooring. Yep.
Where's the lazy river?
Oh, we'll be seeing that when we walk upstairs.
Okay.
So let's walk around this way and we will look into the fitness area. So you see these blue cages out here? These are all designed that kids can walk through that hole right there, walk around, climb up.
They won't be scared.
Anybody that loves that water slide deserves it right now.
This area over here is the core pit. This will be a lot of the select rise weight equipment. And here are also the 2 racquetball courts. And you can see we're already taking in a lot of the fitness equipment. Feel free to walk in that area.
So, what kind of equipment are you talking about?
So while you're walking around, please notice the holes in the floor. These are all receptacles for outlets. So please watch your step.
Mostly strength will be down here for the more caffeine with a few pieces of cardio, and then exactly the opposite upstairs.
Kind of stretching.
Cardio.
When I was in college, I really liked this. I would do different activities, and then I could get in there. There's a map in here on how to stretch different body parts. It's really using your own body weight to kind of stretch.
So
Stretch out your back.
this particular piece was designed by a gentleman by the name of Gary Gray, who is a licensed physical therapist and a certified athletic trainer that lives in Adrian, Michigan, where I coached for 12 years. So when this first model came out, it was actually done, he was making it himself. He eventually sold this piece to True Fitness, and I think they're still involved with this little map here that shows you all the different moves to make in terms of stretching. The first edition of this, it was his son that was demonstrating all of the stretching moves.
So how many of these? You have 2?
One for
Okay.
upstairs, one for downstairs.
Will there be a time limit on equipment?
More than likely, there will be during peak times, as is the case at most facilities.
Okay. You want to stretch back? I used to, but no.
All right, if everyone wants to come this way, we'll be heading upstairs.
We are.
Is there any questions?
Yes.
As we're walking this way, take a look. You'll see the body slide and the exit of the fitness area and it comes back into the leisure area.
They do have elevators, so you can do it.
This area over here has the 2 party rooms, and then this area, the carpet area here, will have foosball tables, ping pong, both game type.
The elevator.
There's the elevator right there.
Is that the only elevator?
That is the only elevator.
Is it working? Go up there.
You're more than welcome to wait down if you'd like.
I'm not saying anything
You're not going up? Why?
ago about the possibility of having that event here. And we thought it was a great idea to have one of our co-owners have the first event. And plus the great thing about that event, you're going to have that senior class of 600 seniors that are in the facility overnight, then go back out in the community and start spreading the word.
I'll teach you how to swim. I can swim. I even had survival swimming in the ocean.
I tried to drown with a life jacket on. What do you mean?
All right, here we are in the observation deck. This area right up here is a bar area that will have all different kinds of outlets for people to sit, work on a laptop, charge your phone, read a book, look at the areas down below. First thing you're going to notice over here on the right is the slide tower. The slide tower is 41 feet tall. There are two 40-foot tall slides. The yellow slide is the tube slide. You can see that as it makes its way through the building, and then over there on the far end, it exits the building right over here, and then does a double twist, and then comes down right through here.
Okay, that's what, where's it coming in? I see it.
That's nice.
So that it comes down here into the splash out pool, and that splash out pool connects here to the lazy river as it goes around throughout the facility. So over here on the left below us is kind of a seating area for people to gather, play, and swim. On the far side of that over there is the what am I trying to say? The hot tub area. And then on the other side of that is the zero entry pool for the small kids.
And Josh, you might point out, you can see some of the lighting on the slide. If you look at the slides right there.
Yeah, I see it,
Yep. Yeah, about earlier this week, before the pool was filled, they were testing out the speakers and the lights. And you can see right in there, you can see that red light in there. That's one of the lights that you'll see throughout the slide. So in this area, you'll notice, if you look up here, there are speakers hanging from the ceiling. And then if you look up, I can point one out like up right there, there is lights. And so in here, there will be flashes of lights, speakers, thunder, and all meant to simulate lightning and thunder and sudden storms like we have in southern New Mexico. When that happens, there's a rain cloud over the zero entry pool, which is right here. So rain will fall down on the kids below. And then we also have the island in the center here. There are water features on each end, so both of those will overflow. There'll be jets gushing up, so a really neat interactive feature with the lightning and thunder.
What's the capacity of the pool?
I don't know that off the top of my head, but there are, the building is designed with maximum occupancies for everyone, so everyone can exit safely if there were an emergency. So those are all be closely monitored by the staff here. So then looking over to the left, you'll notice the large glass curtain wall, and that is the separation between the two pools. All right, so here we are in the competition pool and the spectator seating area.
Hey!
Everybody meet Avery. Avery is the lead superintendent for the pool company. So he's the only one that gets to go in and test the pools. They would dive in and pick up anything that may have fell in the bottom. So he's just going through and quality controlling. He must like the cold water because that is very cold water coming right out of the... So the pool is 25 yards by 25 meters. There will be 4 diving boards, 2 3-meter, 2 1-meter diving boards. You notice we just had the railing installed. We have the glass railing in here. We have the bleacher seatings down below us. All designed to put on a really great show for different swim meets. Over on the wall over here will be a large video board. I believe it's 16 feet by 9 feet LED board. And that will display the different races. And I know there's also plans to do different activities like diving movies and other things like that, as well as advertising. And so also keep in mind, right below it, right here, is the locker rooms. And then on the other side is the warm water wellness pool. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we'll head back into the observation deck. So over here to the right are the wood flooring. These are all designed to have numerous different types of workout activities. The two studio spaces, the two aerobics rooms.
All that stuff.
All right, here's another look at the running track. Here, it comes up, elevates onto the running track, comes around, and then heads down over the main entry and connects with the running track above the gym area. And we will not be walking on the running track. They're still cleaning that area and also doing some cleaning. All right, does anybody have any questions or specific areas you'd like to see or? All right, well, we'll slowly make our way back into the building and let us know if you do have any questions.
It is, so they said to get them all. Big paper towels are on that. I can use that. You could, huh? I know somebody might be able to.
That might be up for grabs.
Get it, you know, talk to the guy and watch that on there. You what?
About the skating. Skating.
No, thanks.
She said no skating.
Because the turbo guys. It slowly speeds down. Protect them a little bit if they fell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something they got to do.
Go ahead, Nick, I got this. Kind of hard to hold the camera in the door up.
Thank you for your time once again.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for coming out. No problem. Look forward to seeing you all at grand opening.
Now, I think Stacy,
Huh?
you need to stay so you officially adjourn.
Yeah, we have to, okay. Right now?
So what'd y'all think?
Great. Very nice. Awesome. I'm tired.
Just from the tour? Good, you're gonna be really tired when you come in and start walking the track with the uphill and downhill portions.
Nice.
So any other questions, comments from anybody? Okay, so I guess we need to.
First, second?
So June the 2nd is our grand opening date. The ceremony will start at 1 o'clock. We'd love for y'all to come out and join us for that. We'll open the doors at 2. Grand opening weekend will be a free weekend at the Corps, so there will be no admission charges on Saturday or Sunday that weekend. Sunday will be open from 12 to 6, and again, it'll be free. And then our normal operation, so to speak, will begin on Monday, June 4th at 5 o'clock in the morning.
But the rules still apply. Parents with certain age, and you have to become
Yes,
even
yes.
though you're not paying.
Right, and that's a very good point, Kathy. Also, one of the things, Child Watch will not be operational during grand opening weekend. Okay, so that will not start. And that's in the magazine that we're getting ready to put out, you know, that Child Watch is not going to be available, and that, you know, reminding everybody that children 12 years and below need to have a parent with them in the facility at all times. If you're 13 and above, you can come in on your own.
From the HR side of things, I ask that you all please be recruiters, specifically with the lifeguard position, as we are still actively recruiting that position heavily, but we still are hiring multiple physicians for the Corps. But please, please, anybody that you know that you think would be a good fit, we'd love to have them, so please have them apply.
Are you training them or?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
The regular
Sure.
lifeguards, okay. Just to know, what ages do you want her, do you want?
There's kind of a good mix out here, quite honestly. The
What's
minimum
the youngest?
hiring rate age for the city of Hobbs is 16. This is going to be a different type of facility, so it's not going to be necessarily what we have from our summer seasonal program, which absolutely starts at 16. But here it's going to be truly an all ages on board kind of facility, so we wouldn't discourage anyone, because we would have a lot of flexibility with scheduling, because you're going to have active weekend hours, you're going to have early morning hours, you're going to have late night hours. So really in all aspects, we really want it to be kind of an all ages facility.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Any more questions? I move that we adjourn the meeting. Second. Okay. Well, I can't move, I entertain a motion to move.
All in favor?
All in favor? Yeah, we